Good morning to all. In this today's physics class, we are going to study about the production of induced EMF. So in this unit number 4, electromagnetic induction, there are three methods of production of induced EMF are there. So we are already discussed about the two methods. The first method is change in magnetic field and second one is change in area, and this third method is the production of induced EMF by a orientation of the coil. So let's see the diagram now. So let us assume that there is a rectangular coil with a number of turns n that has been in the uniform magnetic field, that is in a B vector. So here the magnetic field is a uniform field that can be represented as a line. That line represents the uniform magnetic field with same magnitude and in the same direction. That is a B vector here. And the center yellow color rectangular coil is also placed in there with a number of turns n, and it can be able to, when we are kept in the magnetic field, uniform magnetic field, what happens, it suddenly producing the torque and it can able to rotate in the anticlockwise direction, so with the angular velocity of omega. So and it also, we have to find out the resultant value here, and that resultant value of it can be split into the two components here. So here you see that with the angular velocity omega, so it can be able to split into the two components, that is b sin omega t and also b cos omega t here, and it can able to form a theta value also. So the theta value between b cos omega t and also for a magnetic field, so B vector. So these are all the parameters we are using to find out the orientation of the coil here. Let's see the derivation now. So in this picture, so about this parameter, so here the theta value is equal to, so already you know that it can be able to rotate in the anti-clockwise direction with the angular velocity omega. So the value of omega is equal to theta by t, that is angular displacement divided by with the time t here. And also we have to find out the theta, means theta is equal to omega t. So like that, theta is equal to omega t, that is also one of the parameter here. And also the splitting of the two components here, b cos omega t and also b sin omega t. So here it can maintain the b cos omega t because b sin omega t can be cancelled to each other. So because of the downward and also the upward direction, so only we have to take a b cos omega t here. So let's see the derivation now. So in this derivation, so here with the time is a t value and also the coil is rotating at the angle of theta, the theta value is equal to omega t. I already give the explanation about that. And also with the direction of the anticlockwise direction, and the position, that is the flux linked with the position is, that can be is a cos omega t. So the component of that we have to take, and the component is cos omega t only, and also the component parallel to the plane. So here therefore the link can be deflected in the position of a n phi b. So n phi b is the value you know very well, and phi value is ba. So substitute that value here. What is the component produced here? Cos theta. So that's why n ba, substitute the value of phi value, ba cos theta. So theta value already you know that omega t here. So n ba cos omega t. So this is the first expression. And now according to the Faraday's law, the EMF induced at that instant, so that is EMF of the value, according to that Faraday's law, epsilon is equal to minus d phi by dt is the general formula. Here we have to take minus d n phi b by dt. So you know the value of n phi by value, so substitute the phi by phi b value, substitute the value of that, so minus d n ba cos omega t divided by dt. So take it out the constant values outside, so minus here, so n ba and also inside d cos omega t divided by dt. The differentiation of cos omega t with respect to time, that is dt, is a minus sin omega t, that is minus omega sin omega t. So that is the value. So differentiation of d cos omega t is equal to minus omega sin omega t. So that is the value. That's why here minus into minus plus. So the final answer is NBA omega sin omega t. So this is the value here. So when it gets the maximum value means sin theta 90 degree. So that's why sin 90 only get the maximum value. So sin omega t value gets 1. So the maximum value, the value of epsilon is equal to NBA omega because of sin 90 degree. So when we'll get the maximum value of induced EMF means NBA omega because of sin 90 degree. So NBA omega that can be taken as a epsilon m. Epsilon m means a maximum EMF can be produced. So here sin value will be 90 degree. That's why NBA omega is there. So here NBA omega is the value of, what is the value? Epsilon m here. So that is the maximum. So epsilon m represents the maximum value of induced EMF. So NBA omega is the maximum induced EMF. Therefore, so above equation, so this is the equation, epsilon is equal to NBA omega, isn't it? So here n sin 90 value can be, that is maximum. So here NBA omega is the epsilon m. So that's why substitute the epsilon m value in the above equation. So finally you will get epsilon is equal to epsilon m sin omega t. So this is the final production of induced EMF here. So because when the rotation, the cos omega t only will be on the, what is that value? Rectangular value, coil. So here the induced EMF value in a sine value, that is sin omega t value. Now let's see the rotation of the coil because of the induced EMF. So here the induced EMF can be varies with the function of that is the time angle omega t. So when we are draw a graph between the induced EMF and the time means after the one rotation of the coil, the curve can be formed, that is a sinusoidal curve can be formed. So because of this varying of the in this curve called that is sine curve is called the sinusoidal EMF or alternating EMF. So here also that EMF is also considered as a alternating current also. So this alternating voltage is given to a closed circuit means it also varying the current also. So that current is also considered as a alternating current that can be given by I is equal to Im sin omega t. So I is the current value and Im is the maximum amplitude current and it can be forms a sinusoidal wave, that is sin omega t. The same equation can be alterated in a current form. So this is the value, induced current value here. When the induced EMF is produced and automatically the induced current is also produced. So here Im is the maximum value of the induced current. So here let's see this sinusoidal wave and also because of the rotation of the rectangular coil here. So that's why the induced EMF is produced here. The first, the sine wave, that is the sine theta value is 0. So at that the rest position, so the magnetic field and also the coil is perpendicular to each other. So this is a sine 0 value. So that can be sine 0, the whole value is, that is epsilon is equal to 0. That is the first one. And second one, it can able to rotate in the anti-clockwise direction on the half of a sine 90 degree. So the sine 90 degree is the maximum value of the produced of induced EMFs. That's why sine 91. So epsilon is also equal to epsilon m. That is the maximum induced EMF. So and also sine 90, then sine 180 degree. That is also 0. And sine 270 degree, that is also minus 1. So that is also minus epsilon m. And sine 360 degree and it is almost in the 0 condition. So it can able to form a sinusoidal wave here. So when you are draw a graph between the variation of the induced EMF as a function of omega t means, so induced EMF and omega t between the graph, so we have to draw from 0 to, so 90 degree, then 180, 270, then 360. So that's why we have to refer for 90 degree pi by 2. So 180 divided by 2, 90 degree. So pi represents 180. So 3 pi by 2 represents 270 degree. So you are substitute and cancel the value of pi. So you get the value of 270 here. And 2 pi means 180 into 2, that is 360 degree. So finally you will get the sinusoidal wave. So this red color wave is considered as a sinusoidal wave. Alternate induced EMF can be produced, and it can also termed as a alternate current can be formed. This alternate current is also referred as AC current. This is the important topic. So we are going to study about the AC current in the next chapter here. So that is in the same lesson we are going to discuss in the next topic here.